At the moment that you began to compare yourself, you've already lost. You have already put yourself below that person, that thing, or whatever it is. When you're confident in how you show up in the world, when you're confident in what you have, when you're confident in what you have been given, what someone else carries no longer matters. Kudos to them. Hats off to them. That's a beautiful thing to them. But what you have is for you. It was made especially for you. No one can do you the way that you do it. So why worry? Why concern yourself with what someone else has, with what someone else is doing? That's not saying that we walk around the world with blinders on. That's not saying that we don't see the good things that other people have or the way that other people look. That's not saying that. What that's saying is that kudos to them. Hats off to them. But that's not going to stop what I have going on. If God can do it for them, he can also do it for me. So you don't allow someone else's plight in life to slow you down mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually because you have become so burdened. Some people say that comparison is the thief of joy. Comparison chips away at your joy. Comparison chisels away at the big block of joy that you have been gifted with by the Lord. When you compare your plight with someone else's plight, it slowly chisels away because what you're doing, you're now taking away the focus off of what you have, off of what you should be doing, off of your purpose. You can acknowledge what someone has. You can pay attention to what they have in terms of reference. You can use what they have as a point of reference for what you may aspire to do. Okay, well, this person has a yacht. That's my aspiration. So, I'm going to pay attention to how their yacht is and what they have in their yacht and this, that, and the third, only for reference. Because maybe you have no other, maybe you don't know of another person that has a yacht. So, hey, since I have access to this yacht and I know that this person has a yacht that I aspire to have, then, hey, this is going to be my reference point. Let me rub elbows with this person. Iron sharpens iron. So let me try to be their iron. I may not know as much as they know, but let me try to get in those rooms. That's the way that you should look at it. Instead of trying to compare yourself, especially when you compare yourself to the point of envy, when you compare yourself to the point of jealousy, when you start to covet what they have, you've lost. You've just lost. You have just given your hand up at your own war. You may have heard the saying that you lose the battle, but you win the war. So losing the battle may be that, okay, I didn't win. I did not win this time, but overall, I'm still a winner. I may not have won this argument, but I'm a winner at life. So when you compare yourself, you are putting yourself in last place in that complete war. You've just given up in that entire war. You have just lost the battle, and you have also lost the war. In a physical sense, this always puts you behind that other person, place, or thing, because now you have to wait for them to do it so you can try to do it match it or do it better. But you're behind them because you're waiting to see what they're going to do. On a spiritual sense, your joy is chipped down so low, so now you only have a little chip of joy. So it is so easy for evil to come in and consume that little piece of joy that you have, to the point that you have no joy at all. At that point, you will be consumed with jealousy. You will be consumed with evilness. You would have turned yourself over to evil, to the enemy. And joy can't live where there's evil. So you see, at that point, you have lost the battle and the war. Your plight should be you against you. You trying to outdo what you even thought that you could do. You trying to outdo what your mind tried to block you from doing. Never mind what someone else is doing. Never mind how great they're doing. Never mind how good they're looking. Never mind what all that they have. It's you against you in your lane. You are starting at the beginning of your lane, and you are ending at the end of your lane. Your coach is Holy Spirit. You allow your coach to lead you. You allow your coach to guide you. You allow your coach to train you in the way that you should go. You allow your coach to give you the roadmap and the blueprint in how you should run. It's you against you at the end of the day. At the end of the day, at the end of the day, all of those things in that other person that you loved and you liked and you coveted so much was a reflection of what you could be. It was supposed to be motivation for you. You came across that person for a reason. Maybe that was just to motivate you. Maybe that was to show you something that you did not know was possible for someone that was in the same circle as you. So use that as motivation to show you the possibility, to show you that there is a possibility, that there is more. Maybe you didn't know that there was more. But when you begin to compare your plight with this other person's plight, or the things that you have with what someone else has, or your business with this other person's business, your life with this other person's life, your husband or wife or your children or whatever it is, people compare any and everything. People compare the way someone looks. People compare the way someone works. People compare how much someone knows, how many degrees, how much money someone appears to have, because no one ever knows exactly how much. But the way that they show, the way how many friends, the way that they show affection, how someone laughs, how someone talks, how someone, worships, people compare any and everything. And what's the point? Because at the end, it's still you against you. So if you don't like you, then you're at war with yourself. You're not at war with that other person. You're at war with yourself. Know the part of you that you are at war at. Learn every part of you. Learn the beauty and learn the beast in you so that you can understand, so that you can know. What are you at war at? What part of you are you at war against, rather? Not at, but against. What part of you do you hate? Because what that tells me, when you begin to compare yours with someone else's, then that tells me that you hate what you have, because you have began to covet what this other person have. You have begun to covet their life, so much so that you want it. You want to embody it. You want to study how this person moves and acts and thinks and 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 just how this person be, so that you can become it, thinking that if you become that's going to give you their plight in life, that's going to give you their blessings, when that can be the furthest from the truth. Because you will still only get what your plight in life is what you shall get. Now, you can mess up what you were supposed to gain. You can mess that up. You can mess it up by trying to block what someone else has. You can mess it up by not being who you are. Your blessings are attracted to you, to who you truly are. That's the way that you get your blessings. When you're walking in your own true authenticity, who God has made you to be, that's what attracts your blessing, because he made you to be this particular thing at this particular time for a particular reason. Because this is going to help somebody. This part of you is going to help another somebody. And when you follow his instructions and you do what it was made to do, then bam, that unlocks this part of your blessing. So you being someone else is not going to unlock their blessings, because you're not going to come across the same people that they were meant to help. Someone else's blessings in your hands is not going to do you of any justice. It may look a certain way on the outside, But spiritually speaking, what that has done, that has just blocked your blessings. Because if you are falsely, inauthentically, egotistically walking in someone else's shoes, unadulterated, with no consent, walking in someone else's shoes, you are not being you. And you will never unlock your blessings that way. You're blocking your blessings that way. You will never touch the lives that you were meant to touch. You will never unlock whatever level of blessings that you were supposed to unlock, because you're not walking in you. You're not walking in your blessings. You have just stepped outside of your body and you're trying to put on the skin of someone else. That's not a good look. That's not a good look. I'm not sure if you all listened to the message that I gave about life being an epic, epic picture movie. But in that message, I gave an example of how each player in your movie, each player in your life plays a role in your movie. And when you purposely try to be the villain in someone else's movie, when that wasn't even your assigned role, that's not the role that you were assigned. You were not given the role as a villain, but you chose to become a villain, and you chose to put on the costume and the cape of a villain. And it's not even made for you. It's made for someone else. It's not made for you. So now you're walking around with an ill-fitting costume on. You look uncomfortable. You're walking not needed. The shoe don't even fit. Your neck too big for the cape. So now you look silly. At the moment that you begin to compare yourself, at the moment that you begin to compare whatever to someone or something else, you've already lost. You have given up. You have forfeited the battle. You have forfeited the war. Until next time, stay vigilant and stay in your lane.